Guess what? It's the 5th.
5th of July.
Yeah, we got 5 fingers on this side, 5 on this side. Nothing blew off. Like what? Like who? Who's that guy?
He's an NFL player.
Yeah.
They custom made gloves for him though. He went like one hand is like the best football player catcher ever, and the other one is a Ninja Turtle.
Doesn't Mickey Mouse have 3 fingers too?
I don't know.
I think he does.
Was,
Horrible.
It was real bad.
Horrible.
What'd you do?
You know, we went over to a friend's house. Just kind of hung out, watched the fireworks from afar, set off some ground fireworks because that's all they allow here in Tucson, since it is a desert and everything burns.
We've got, I don't know if you saw Chris, who's one of our expansion agents out in Kansas City, like that's where people lose their lives.
Yeah, he had some dynamite. It looked like it wasn't fireworks; it was dynamite.
Like they're blowing these things out of the air.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy.
I love it.
I don't know if I could do that though.
Yeah, I kind of got burned once. A little too close to me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not me I'm worried about. It's everybody else.
Well, yeah. When people are drinking alcohol, it's really scary.
And then everybody's covered in alcohol.
Really scary.
It's bad.
Yeah.
4th of July, man. It is freaking hot.
Yes. You know what? Today was what,
109?
Doesn't matter. It's over 100. And when it's over 100, doesn't matter. It's
Hey,
like opening an oven door.
And here's the best part is we decided that 109 wasn't enough. So tomorrow...
We're getting in the truck and going where?
To Las Vegas.
That's near Death Valley again.
Yeah, 112 tomorrow.
Yep.
112 degrees.
Inside.
In the shade with wind.
Yeah. Actually, they crank them casinos down to what, like 12 degrees?
I don't know. I love
Sub-zero. And you freeze to death and you go outside and it's just a shock to the body. Yeah.
There are so many conspiracy theories, because I love conspiracy theories, that they pump like oxygen-enriched air into the casino so people are more alert and they gamble more.
That, and there's all the different color schemes and the sounds and all that other stuff.
It's crazy.
Choreographed. Everything's a show there.
So what are we going to Vegas for?
We are actually going to go visit our expansion team up there.
Nice.
So we've got a couple agents we're going to be meeting up with, and we're going to be talking to them and kind of seeing how we can help them.
And then go see a show?
We are.
La Rêve?
Sure. I have no idea what it is. I even watched the trailer, and I'm still trying to figure out whether it's a circus show, whether it's a... I don't know.
It's a water show.
It's not a musical. They don't sing, though, do they?
The coolest part is they allow you to go swimming with them. So
nice. I am going to bring my Speedo.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
It's just bad. It's just real bad. We've got that. Going to go spend some time Friday with James, who started Team Integrity up there, and hang out with some of the other agents Saturday.
Meeting up with the agents. Yeah.
Las Vegas is crazy. They were saying something like the numbers of, I forgot the exact numbers, but they have less active homes than Tucson, and it's 5 times the size or something.
They do. Matter of fact, you look at the population, it's a little over 2 million up there. They just surpassed 2 million, and they have, I think it was 5,000 homes on the market, and we down here have 3. So it's just that demand is so high up there.
Absolutely
just
insane.
It's crazy. And so the new home builders up there are on fire as well. So they're just, and I think it was 115 new home builders. So of course, that number changes daily, or job sites, I shall say.
So actually, James Hughes, Huggies, was telling me that in order to combat overpopulation in Las Vegas, they're going to bring the Raiders to Las Vegas. Because we know that
that can be good.
If you bring the Raiders to Las Vegas, who's going to stick around for that?
Yeah, well, that's going to pull some people in. Bring in the riffraff is what it's.
I was thinking it was going to bring people out.
But then again, the Raiders got a good fan base. They do.
Where are you going with this?
I'm not going anywhere with it because I'm a big Denver fan. You know that, and that's a rival. And those rivals, you gotta.
I get it.
But then again, it's moving to a different city, so how can it be a rival?
That's true.
I don't know.
So I've had this question for you. Why Las Vegas and why James?
I've known James for many years. When you know somebody, it's all about the people. The location really wasn't that big of a factor. It was just the individual. Knowing they have the right vision, the traits, Well, they have the same vision.
So
going where we're going.
what was that first relationship with James, and then what kind of capacity?
I met James when he first came in the military. He was, younger kid at the time, and he had a very hard work ethic.
Okay.
And then I actually came down to.
Like, how old was James?
I think he's like 12.
No, like
No, he
like
was
legitimately
He
like
was probably
20?
mid-20s.
Gotcha.
Mid-20s. I'm
So
gonna say
he'd been in
24,
for a little
25-ish if I were to guess. Yeah, and then I came down to Tucson, and I kind of had an opportunity to kind of pick and choose if we had a dream team, who would it be? And he was actually one of the ones on the list, and just so happened he got orders down here, so that's to say I kind of knew what to expect from him,
Okay.
and he's a leader. He's a
Yep.
true leader.
And then loved Las Vegas, went back to it.
Yeah, well, he actually was, stationed down here, and then he went overseas. He went over to do a year stint over in Afghanistan, and then he went en route back through here for just a real quick stay, probably to get his stuff, and went back to Vegas.
He was a crew chief.
Yes, he was. So he went on the test side of the
What airframe?
HH-60, which is a helicopter.
So like Black Hawk.
Yes,
So
Yeah.
like Black Hawk Down movie.
except for
Those
the Air
helicopters.
Force version. Yeah.
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 Gotcha.
So he was up there, went into test squadron up there, and then he ended up retiring. I know he went into corporate world for a little while, and then he made the phone call and go, hey, you know what? What do I got to do to I've always liked what you've been doing.
James went into the corporate world.
He did. He actually put a suit on.
Whoa.
I know.
Some
I know.
Pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, it's raining. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is raining out right now. After it's 130 million degrees outside.
That's not rain. That's steam. It is
Something's happening out there that's not
all
normal.
that. All that means is
It's not normal
Tucson's
right
a
now.
sauna now.
Yeah.
That's cool. So he got out, got licensed, and then just
Yeah, and then he called me up and said, "Hey, what are you doing down there? I want to kind of duplicate what you're doing." And it was about, I'm going to say, about 8 months in the work,
Okay.
trying to figure the expansion piece out, what it looked like, and we kind of took off from there.
So $1 million question is, so not just real estate related, but you could have Mom and Bob's pizza shop or tire shop or real estate. That next kind of progression to go to either a second location locally or even outside of state lines, city. What,
Yeah.
Was it? So it sounds like it was the who over the where.
It was the who over the where.
Okay.
And of course the where matters, because what happens.
You're running a business.
Yeah, if you're going to go in real estate, everything is commission based. So if you're going to go outside the lines of the state, you've got to look at price point as well.
For sure.
You go to a location to where you've got 15,000 agents and the population of the town is 15,001.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a license, so therefore it's going to be a lot harder to get. What we call volume, the number of transactions that happen per agent. So even though the price point may be higher, you got to look at how many people are in the MLS, are licensed agents as well. And
So-
the price point of the homes.
To me, it seems though too is if there is a little bit of the, you could potentially have the where, you maybe just not move on it until you find the who.
Correct.
Meaning,
And that's kind of what we've been looking at.
yeah.
is
So
a lot of the wares.
we're looking at expanding out to kind of two areas we looked at was Salt Lake City area as well as San Antonio.
Yeah.
We've identified the where. We haven't identified the who yet.
No.
But we're not just going to dive into those markets until we get the
That's correct.
who.
That's correct.
So
And then there's a lot that goes into it.
there is.
We've got to make sure that ultimately we got to make sure that they're going to be successful right off the bat. There's no
Yeah.
question about that going out, and we don't want to set somebody up for failure. That's the last thing we'd ever want to do.
Yeah. Well, like we were talking to earlier today, we were talked to one of our agents out in Albuquerque, and today was close a deal, get a deal accepted, and put one live.
And,
type-
and
type
this
of
is our
day.
newest team that's out there. So
Yeah, she's really been
just
rocking and
rocking it.
rolling for less. I mean, we turned her on essentially fully beginning of June.
Yeah,
So
about a month ago.
Yeah.
That's full boat. So she's doing what she needs to be doing right now, and as the momentum builds, we know what happens.
But that's also the who in that one's huge. I mean, Candace is, you could stick Candace in an ice cream shop and she's going to
Yeah.
knock it out of the park.
She's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So going back into looking at just the who. So if anybody's looking here and they're going, you know what, I want to start a business or I want to hire somebody, because I think sometimes your first hire is scarier than expanding your business 5 times.
Yeah, that first hire is typically a benchmark for you to determine how much leverage you're able to hand off. You know,
Yeah.
I think agents have a hard time handing stuff off because they want to handle everything themselves.
Control.
And I get it because that's their whole entity. So, yeah, that's a very important hire.
So we covered a while back, we covered trust. How does, obviously you're not going to hire somebody you don't trust. You're not going to get in a business with somebody you don't trust. How does respect, can you get in a business with somebody you don't respect, but yet trust?
No,
Meaning,
I don't think so. I don't think
does that
so.
make sense?
It does.
How many
It
guys,
does.
how many crew chiefs or, real estate agents that, I mean, you may trust them because of their ability, but
Yeah, well, and so you're saying the respect.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? The respect is a two-way street,
for sure.
and that's what it boils down to. And not only that, but it's not only it can either be positional or it can be earned. So if you have a positional,
Describe that a little bit.
okay. So if positional respect is something that is just because you have a title or a rank, people feel that they need that respect because they achieve that title.
Okay.
All right. Doesn't mean that they're good. Doesn't mean that they're going to be respected. You're respecting the position and not the individual per se. When it's earned respect, that can tie in. It can be positional and earned at the same time.
Meaning that you roll in to go work at any job. You got to respect your boss because he's
Absolutely.
a boss.
That's right. That's a
You
position.
don't respect him, you don't have a boss.
That's right. But the thing is you can go into that job or that position, and you can have no seniority whatsoever, and your coworkers respect you,
Yeah.
depending on what and that's the thing is those people around you are going to help build you up in the long run. So that's earned respect.
So yeah, with the earned one, we used to have the saying with leadership is that there's sometimes that leaders or influencers in general may seem arrogant a little bit. But I heard this coined years back. I think the first time I heard it was probably somewhere around 2005 or 6. I remember it was within the church context, and there was a guy that was a leader, speaker, and he was good. Mm-hmm. And he had a little bit of an arrogance about him. And I used to complain and go, man, there's a little bit of that arrogance that it just rubs me wrong. And one of this other guys that's way further than me in wisdom goes, yeah, but we tend to let that type of stuff go because it's earned arrogance.
Got it. Yeah.
He's allowed to talk confidently about that type of stuff.
Kind of like, would you say LeBron?
Does he play for China?
Yeah, sure.
Is he a goalie?
Well, what about Michael Jordan?
For sure. Like Michael Jordan can walk on any court and be a jerk, and you're going to sit back and go,
well,
he's deserved it.
yeah, well, he's got it down.
He's got the respect.
So you're not a big LeBron fan, I take it, huh?
I'm not a big basketball fan. This is what happens:
Gotcha.
is you dribble down the court and then you dunk it, and then you dribble down the court and then you dunk it till there's like 3 minutes left, and then you start fouling people, and then it's the same. You know what it is? I think it's the timing thing that ticks me off. I love MMA. I love watching UFC. You know what happens at the minute 5 of a UFC fight? The bell goes off. You know what happens at minute 0 of a soccer match?
Oh, soccer?
It
Don't
adds
even
10
start
minutes.
with soccer.
Well, you know what happens in the last 30 seconds of a basketball game? It lasts 30 minutes.
That's true. That is true. But you know what? They've got I think it's 9,000 games per season.
And there's something about those guys that flop. Any guy
Oh,
that fakes
gosh.
injuries and rolls around, stuff like that.
Don't get me started on that.
Then you got the UFC guys
the floppers.
that break their hand and then just use the other hand.
They'll flop their hand around to slap somebody with
do
it.
the old
The
fish
chicken
arm.
wing? Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where were we at? We were with respect, were we not? So,
I don't know.
yeah.
You said LeBron and threw me off.
Yeah, I'm
But
sorry.
you got to respect Positional respect is good as long as you're in that position.
I agree.
Earned respect is one of those that translate, or it goes across all platforms, and it's one of those that it doesn't have to be specific towards whatever career or trade they have.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're respecting somebody, you're going to respect them as a person, not necessarily only what they've achieved.
But why do we even need respect then? Especially when we're talking expansion and needing respect for
Yeah.
in there. I mean, I know the answer to this, but why do you feel?
Within expansion,
Yeah.
I think it's twofold. Is one that you respect somebody to carry the brand or quote unquote your banner. That's a huge one.
Trademark.
Your trademark. Your identity really.
There you go.
You've
That's
got
it.
to respect them in order to do that. Plus, respect also. You've got to have like-minded values. You could be completely different across the board, but you respect them as a person.
I agree with that. Yeah. So what's going on? We got a couple things on the board here. I'm going to point a couple things out. Current events. We talked about the 4th.
4th is good. We're
The 4th?
heading to Vegas.
Yeah.
We're 2 weeks away from riding.
Yep. We're going to be
Iowa.
yes, 2 weeks away.
Yep.
Whether we're ready or not, it's going to happen. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We work with some younger individuals, so we're learning words all the time.
Like what?
Fire.
Like,
Fire.
use that in a sentence as an adjective or a verb.
That mixtape was fire.
Okay.
No.
I guess it can go. It was so it means it was good. It was
Yeah.
it was legit.
Hot. It was hot.
It was hot.
Yeah. I think the kids are still using whack.
Whack?
Yeah. Like that cup is whack.
No, this cup is not whack.
After the last week, that cup kind of
See,
betrayed
the
you.
thing is I have a cup. You don't have a cup.
That's
Oh,
because
that's my case.
it's because I
Because you don't have a team.
already drank my coffee.
Oh, yeah.
That
I
coffee,
don't have,
that cup is sat empty for the last
since
48 hours.
yeah, because I almost passed out. That's why. That's why. What else we got?
What else we got?
Who would carry a metal detector in their car?
We've got
I'm just asking the question as a broad question.
2 people I found. Serial killers
Okay.
and marketing
Oh, really?
directors.
Wow.
Reps,
So do they?
extraordinaires.
What do you find with those though? Isn't
Like
that
how they're the same.
Like if you were caught in a park with a metal detector, like at
Like if I was
7 a.m., people are gonna think. What are they gonna think of you?
I'm not going to think much. They're just going to call the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're wearing either.
No.
Okay.
What else we got up there? Haircuts?
Yeah.
Or hair wrap?
I'm gonna get a haircut today. Dude, this is a shag for me.
Is that a good
No,
choice?
yeah, it's a damn
Do you
good
ever
choice.
feel like at
Gets so
your
long to wear. That's military
stage in life that every haircut could be the last?
No, I
Meaning,
don't. I'm
like-
good. I get.
Like you're going to cut it and it's not going to come
I have
back?
the thickness up top still. I'm good to go. Now
Have
the
you
color, I don't know. That might be why I shave it or get it shaved on the sides
Have
because
you
I don't
ha-
want to get the color.
Have
the
you
gray.
had the conversation with your wife about when you start balding, like what happens?
I know because I won't. I don't care what I do. I won't.
Will
I don't
you-
know. I'm not
would
scared
you-
of it because if I do,
Just
I'm just gonna shave that
just
off.
between you and I,
Yeah. What's up?
would you get hair plugs?
No.
Not
See,
even
I
a
don't
little
want to
bit?
look like that.
What you mean?
Like what you got up
A
top
full
there.
full head of hair?
No, those aren't. Yeah. No.
I told Jenny since when we were dating, like we were just started dating, and said, the moment I start going bald,
You gonna shave it or what?
I'm bicking it.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I
I'm not-
wear hats anyhow,
I
so
feel
I'll just wear a hat.
I feel like
And
losing your.
it's not a bad thing. It's just I just don't.
I feel like losing your hair is surrendering. That's why I'm gonna stay ahead of
Surrendering.
it.
Yeah, like you have a choice though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You have a
bald.
choice to surrender. You don't have a choice if you're gonna go bald.
Yeah, no. If you choose to just slowly watch your hair fall away,
But where
That
does
is
it go?
serenity.
Does it go like in the
To your back.
Oh,
To your back. Definitely to
Yeah,
your
to the
back,
back.
or to your ears.
not. I bet it does. All them old people with the big old earmuffs on, they don't even have.
So
Yeah.
we can put a man on the moon, allegedly. Okay.
Know where you're going with this.
We can do all this stuff, yet we can't reproduce the science by which you can wake up one morning and then all of a sudden have a 3-inch eyebrow hair.
Yep.
You notice those? Dude,
They cast a shadow.
you just wake up one morning and it's there.
No.
You're like, what the heck?
I don't know where those come from.
It's like Rogaine. It's like somebody injected Rogaine into one pore.
Yep.
I don't get
Painful,
it.
too.
I don't-
What do you do? Do you pull them or you cut them?
Braid them.
Nice.
French braid.
You got to have at least 3 for that. For a French braid, I guess.
You know how to braid.
girls.
That is so
I had girls. Come on, I had 2 girls.
that's awesome. Not me. I do the vacuum.
My girls
braid.
did not like it when I braided their hair. The braid was always on the side and kind of tilted down to one side or the other. That's why they won't allow it.
Shout outs. I just thought of my
Yes.
shout out.
Who?
You go first.
You know what? I've got, we talked about Huggies. James
Yeah.
Hughes up in Vegas. That's a huge shout out. Joe Brown from Click Marketing.
Click Visual Marketing.
Click Visual Marketing. He did some stuff for us today.
Yep.
Some videos for PCSing and referrals there. So,
Yep.
yeah. Who you got?
I got 2 shout outs. So back on April 20th, we had a friend of ours, Liz, pass away after 4 years battling cancer. Died on the 4 years on the day that she was diagnosed. And my 9-year-old daughter started making these little keychain lizards. And she's like, Dad, I want to make these and sell these for $10 and for cancer research. And I was just like, of course, I was like, that's so sweet, whatever you want to do. That's a great way to honor Liz and raise money for her, so on and so forth. Third shout out, MD Anderson, great hospital, great people. So she started making these and she was selling for $10 and stuff. And I'm like, that's awesome. It was, not dismissing her, but speeded lizards. She just broke $1,000.
That's impressive.
Raised $1,000 so far. And then I don't know if she wants me to call her out or not, so I'm not going to. We have a real estate friend who is not in Tucson, not in the southwest region, who met a couple times, friends on Facebook. She's a part of an organization that we are very fond of at Keller Williams. Messaged me and said, I love what your daughter's doing. I want to match her 1,000 and donate another 1,000. So she has raised $2,000 in about she started on May 15th. So since then, she's raised $2,000.
It's great to see people out there like that.
Good people. That goes back to the respect side.
There you go. There you go.
I don't.
That's who you want to be in business with.
I know her
it's
from.
Not because of money, right? It's
yeah.
just because the gesture is there.
It goes back to, we've had this conversation numerous times, is if I can trust you with a little, I can trust you with a lot. And I know for a fact that's that person I want to get in business with, because if we get in business and we make $1 million, I know how she's going to hold, what she's going to do with that.
Exactly. Well, that's what. Haven't you heard that? Doesn't matter how much money you make; it just amplifies who you are.
Yeah. If you're
a jerk,
if you are an a-hole with $1,000, you're going to be a-hole with $100,000.
A bigger one. That's all it is. Yeah. And then what if you're generous and etc. You'd be a lot more generous.
Like this gal. I mean,
I think that's pretty cool.
She
there's some truth to that. I love that.
She sent us a check for $1,000 for MD Anderson, and then she also said, "What does my daughter's name's Serene? What does Serene like doing? Does she like the movies, Amazon, whatever?"
That's
I want to send her a little gift.
That's class act. I love that.
That's
good stuff.
That's good stuff.
So what did we cover? We covered 1, 2, 3. I think we covered pretty much everything there, isn't it?
Heck yeah. So we are going to do a podcast.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
It's going to be a
Tomorrow.
straight up podcast.
And they don't even know.
They don't know. So
they don't know yet.
We will be jumping in my Dodge Ram pickup truck, 1500, Bighorn edition, to drive from here to Las Vegas.
With our spouses?
With our spouses. And we're going to do a podcast, just not video, just audio.
Do they know it?
They don't know it.
What's our topic?
I don't know.
You know what? I think it should be something to do with essential oils.
Absolutely.
Do they work? Do they don't work?
Absolutely.
Are they
I heard if you do...
You want my opinion now or you want to wait? Because
if you have a headache, you're supposed to do ginger eye drops.
Okay, that's bogus.
No, it's completely true.
Yeah, okay.
It's completely true.
Yeah, you know what?
If you have a sore throat,
Ginger eye drops.
if you
Seriously?
have a sore throat, you just sprinkle some peppermint down and you do a line of it,
Yeah,
and then your sore throat's gone.
I bet. Mhm. You know what?
What's
If you have
your- what's-
cayenne pepper,
For
yeah.
sure.
solves everything, dude.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Absolutely.
Runny nose makes it run even more.
I'll stick with the original essential oil, and that's whiskey.
Okay, dab you on that, but see, I don't drink whiskey.
Okay.
Anything but whiskey. I had a
You-
bad experience with that.
You can have your
Bad.
essential oil
Yeah,
IPA.
there you go.
Yep.
Extra hot, double.
I have no
Double
idea
down.
what
All
that
right,
means.
so I guess we'll kind of close out,
Sweet.
and we'll talk to you guys
Next one will be on the road.
on the road.
Somewhere around Wiki Up.
That's going to be interesting.
Arizona.
Essential oils, do they work or do they not?
We'll see.
My vote's no.
Next time.
Later.
Later.